Hey everyone, I'm Cole, a developer advocate at Mage. And today we're going to be migrating over one of my old DBT cloud projects to Mage Pro. You're going to get to see how simple this really is. So the first thing I did was I pushed a base Mage Pro project to my GitHub just so I had a place to store all my code. You can see here that we have just the example load titanic.py data loader here in our project. The second thing I want to show you is the DBT project that we will be migrating over. You can see that I have a bronze, silver, and gold layer here. And we'll just check out the bronze. You can see that I've got several different SQL files here, and these will all be migrated over to Mage Pro. Let's go ahead and head back over to our Mage Pro homepage, and we will go to our version control application. I've already connected everything to my GitHub account, and you can see that our version control checklist is 5 out of 5. This version control application is just simply a place where you can write Git commands. It's fully integrated with Git, so you can push and pull code manually here. Next thing we're going to do is run a few Git commands. We'll check to see if we are connected to our GitHub account, and then also run git status just to check on the status of our repo. So let's run git remote-v, and we'll see what remote we're connected to. And it looks like we're connected to our DBT migration video repo, so that was the specific repo I created for this video, and you can see here the DBT migration video. Now let's run git status, and let's see what we're working with. So we have nothing to commit, and we're working with a clean tree. So now we're ready to go ahead and pull in our DBT project. You can see that we're connected to the Bitbucket CF test folder. So let's go ahead and cd into our DBT folder. So we're cding into our DBT folder, and let's go ahead and check out what's inside this folder. And we just have a simple profiles.yml folder here, or file here. So, but we're going to go ahead and pull in our entire DBT project. So I have a command here. We're actually going to pull from a specific branch, since the main branch for this repo has different files in it, but this should just pull in our direct DBT project. So let's go ahead and pull this repo into our DBT folder. It may take a second, and let's see what's going on here. So it says it's cloning the Chicagoland crime data project, which you can see is the specific project here. Let's see if it brought in that specific branch. So we're going to navigate back to our home page. Actually, let's go ahead and go to our editor page, and we can check out to see what files are in our DBT folder. So you can see that our project got here called Chicagoland crime data, and you can see that our models migrated over. Our bronze table does contain all of the SQL files that were in that specific folder. And for the most part, you're done migrating your actual repo into Mage Pro. After you see that your project migrated over from GitHub into your Mage Pro, you'll want to go ahead and make some adjustments to the profiles.yml file. So let's go ahead and open that up. And we're going to go ahead and add our Chicagoland crime data configuration. You can see that this should probably change to Bitbucket CF-test. And this is just where you're going to store your Google credential storage.json. you may end up storing this in an actual environment variable or a secret of some sort, so that you can keep the certain configuration secret from others, or you can just store this in the Mage Pro repo as well. We'll go ahead and save this file. You may also need to add a profiles.yml file at your project level. So let's go ahead and get back to the project here, and we can add a new file, and we're just going to call it profiles.yml. And let's make sure that's the correct name. Yep, profiles.yml. I added an A here, so let's take that A out, and we'll go ahead and create this file. This file is at our project level, not at our DBT level. So let's click into this profiles.yml file. We'll go ahead and add our same configuration here, hit save, and then we can go ahead and close these. So now that we've created our profiles.yml file and migrated our project, let's go ahead and head to our terminal. Now this is different from your version control application, but it is a place that you can run different commands within a terminal. So let's head over to the terminal. So let's go ahead and cd into our project. So we're going to cd into bitbucket-cf-test and dbt. And just for sake of remembering, we're going to run we're going to cd into Chicago land crime data. Alright, and now we are going to run some dbt commands. So let's run dbt debug. This will check our this will check our connection, and we can see that we have a error in our profiles.yml. So you can see I've been getting a lot of errors here trying to run dbt debug, and I was finally able to figure out what the specific error was. So if we go ahead and head into back into our editor here, you can see that I have the dbt project.yml open, and what we needed to change here was the name and the profile within our dbt project, and we needed it to match our dbt project's name here. So we went ahead and did that. Let's now see if dbt debug will run. So let's go ahead and cd into our project. And we'll run dbt debug. And now you can see that all the checks have passed. Once we've run the dbt debug command, we can go ahead and run dbt deps, and this is just to go ahead and load our dependencies. And this is really the final stage of our migration process. So once we've run dbt deps, we can go ahead and check our packages.yml file. It is here, and this is what we were trying to load. So let's check our package lock.yml file, and you can see that we have loaded both the dbt utilities and the dbt date packages. And so let's go ahead and navigate back to the home page from here, and this really concludes the entire migration of a dbt cloud project to Mage Pro. The next video in our series will go ahead and introduce connecting a dbt model, probably our bronze crimes layer model, to a data loader and run a pipeline. Thanks, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you see how easy it really is to migrate from dbt Cloud to Mage Pro.